We all love to try out butter chicken recipe at home, as when we taste it in the restaurant we feel that we need to match this taste. So this is a recipe that can go closest to the restaurant style butter chicken, and this has a smoked chicken flavor. So stay tuned and watch the complete video to see what I did so unique that made this butter chicken taste so good, just as good as any restaurant style. This is a very easy and a very simple to follow recipe, and believe me, if you follow this recipe step by step, you will end up making butter chicken with taste just like any restaurant, and your family members will say to make it again and again and would never want to go to a restaurant again. So this is a challenge. So try it out and taste it yourself. So let me take you through its making. This is boneless butter chicken recipe. So for this I'm using 2 large breast pieces. Cut them into chunks as shown here in the video. This is the perfect size of the chunk that is required, as it is easy to cook and also easy to marinate it. First we are going to add in the masalas for marinating the chicken. I'm adding in 1 teaspoon of red chili powder, 1 to 2 teaspoons of Kashmiri red chili powder. Then to this add in 1 teaspoon of coriander powder, 1/4 teaspoon of garam masala powder, and some black pepper powder. You can add any chicken masala powder if you have, around 1 teaspoon of it. This is around 2 teaspoons of ginger garlic paste. Squeeze in the juice of 1 lime. Add in around 2 teaspoons of corn flour as it helps in binding well, and also 1 teaspoon of salt to taste. Add in around 2 tablespoons of cooking oil. All these are the ingredients that will go into marinating the chicken. Now all you need to do is give it a really good mix. Mix until you see that all the masalas are well combined with the chicken pieces. This is an important step, so it can take a bit longer to give it a really good mix. Let the chicken marinate for around 30 to 40 minutes before you start the cooking process. To a large skillet, add in some cooking oil. That is around 3/4 cup of cooking oil to just shallow fry the chicken pieces. Add in the chicken pieces one by one carefully into the hot oil. Carefully turn the sides of the chicken pieces. Let it fry for around 2 to 3 minutes on one side, as this helps the masala to stay on the chicken. Carefully turn the sides of each boneless chicken piece. Fry the chicken pieces for around 2 to 3 minutes on each side. Do not over fry the chicken pieces as they can become hard too. For making the gravy, I am using 4 medium-sized onions and 7 small-sized tomatoes. And I'll be using around 3/4 cup of cashew nuts. Soak them in some water before grinding it. Make the puree of all the three by adding very little water to it. Then to a large cooking pot, add in the same cooking oil that we used for frying the chicken. Then once the oil is heated, add in the onion puree first. So we are going to cook this onion puree for around 7 to 8 minutes until you see that the color of this onion puree begins to slightly change. So that is an indication that you can start adding in the next ingredient. So cook it until you see that the oil begins to separate and the color of the puree begins to change. To this, add in 1 teaspoon of ginger garlic paste. We won't add more ginger garlic paste in the gravy as we already added the ginger garlic paste while we marinated the chicken. So just 1 teaspoon is sufficient here. Give it a really good mix until the raw smell of the ginger garlic paste is gone. Add in 2 teaspoons of Kashmiri red chili powder, 1 and 1/4 teaspoon of red chili powder, 1 and a half teaspoon of coriander powder, and some salt to taste. Give it a really good mix until it's well combined. Then to this add in the tomato puree. Give it all a really good mix until everything is well combined. At this stage, cover a lid and let the tomato puree cook. As when the tomato puree begins to cook, it will begin to splash. So don't forget to cover a lid. So the sign that you get to see that it's cooked is that the oil begins to separate on the surface. So cook the tomato puree until you see that the oil begins to separate. Give it a good mix. And then to this add in the prepared cashew puree. Give it all a really good mix. As you see that the gravy begins to thicken when we add in the cashew puree. So at this stage you can add the amount of water that you require to bring it to a gravy like consistency. I am using around 2 to 3 tablespoons of dry kasuri methi. Slightly roast them on a pan and crush them. Then give this gravy a really good mix and add in the roasted kasuri methi which you have crushed, half a teaspoon of garam masala powder and around 1 teaspoon of sugar. Give this all a really good mix. At this stage you can check for the spice and the salt level as well. Sugar is added as it gives butter chicken a really nice flavor. That one step which I did made my butter chicken go to the next level was giving the cold smoke to the chicken. This smoky flavor to the chicken that was incorporated gave it an amazing tandoori style chicken flavor, and this made the butter chicken taste delicious. So the next time you make butter chicken, don't forget this step. Then add the smoked chicken to the gravy. This smoked chicken was the reason for the tasty butter chicken that I made. Give it all a really good mix. So after adding the chicken, you need to cook the gravy for another 2 to 3 minutes so that the flavors of the chicken are incorporated into the gravy as well. Add in around 3 tablespoons of fresh cream. Adding the fresh cream to the butter chicken gives that really nice creamy texture to the gravy. So you don't cook it for a very long time but just for 1 to 2 minutes, and you can turn off the flame at this stage. Then add in the last final ingredient, that is butter. I added around 50 grams of butter as this butter releases a really good flavor into the butter chicken. Cover a lid and let the butter melt completely. Give it a final mix and just look at the result. It tasted delicious. If it only looks delicious, you can imagine the taste of it. So if you have watched this video, then don't miss on trying this recipe. Believe me, your family members and everybody who eats it are going to enjoy this recipe. And if you're watching my videos for the first time, then please click on that subscribe button, as I'm going to be coming up with many more tasty and yummy recipes. Thank you so much for staying tuned till the end.